Hi, Rosey from the future here. I'm editing, and I just wanted to set a disclaimer that I in no way support the actions of Trisha Paytas or Shane Dawson. Everything that's come out with Shane Dawson has changed my opinion on him greatly, even though I used to be a fan. And when it comes to Trisha, same kind of opinion. She doesn't really have my support. I'm not subscribed. I just want to set the record straight real quick. When I do readings, I get into the energy of the person that I'm channeling. So I'm seeing things from their perspective with their logic, which means it may sound like I'm justifying things that I don't, as Rosey, I don't justify, I don't agree with. It's just their line of thinking, and that's kind of how I conduct my readings. I get into the mindset of the person so that I can better understand why they do the things they do, and why they think the way they think, and how they're going to most likely act in the future. I noticed some comments thinking I was supporting people that are problematic. Not the case at all. When you guys see my readings, you see me reading out the way that that person thinks and feels and acts. Oh, and all the dates that I filmed were on the 12th, and here's a screenshot to prove it. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it's Rosey, back with another video. This time, I'm going to be reading Trisha Paytas. Her energy is all over the place. I don't know her rising sign. If anyone knows her rising sign, comment it down below. I know she's a Taurus sun, and I know that she is a, I believe it's Aquarius moon. I have a new setup, a new setup, not as new as the old setup. I have a microphone that I'm going to be syncing with the audio for the video, so you guys hear me more close up. And I hope I don't hit the mic. Let me just move it all around. This is going to be an all over the place reading, I have a hunch. Questions that I want to think about when pulling for Trisha. I want to know her opinion of Dramageddon 3. I want to know her opinion of Jeffrey, and I want to know her opinion of Shane, and I want to know what her part in it is. If she just jumped ships, or if she has just always been on the same side, if she's making it seem like a certain way, but then maybe she's on Jeffrey's payroll. I just want to know. I want to know why Trisha feels the way she does and how she actually feels, because I think something everyone can agree on when it comes to Trisha Paytas is that we don't really know what she feels. She's very good at hiding that because that's her content. She's always in a bunch of scandals, scandal after scandal, and I think it's because that keeps her relevant. I forgot that I have to shuffle a little more forward now. Gotta get used to this setup. Oh. That came out. There we go. That's popping out. It looks like she has a lot to say, or at least her spirit guides do. Okay, that's popping out from the bottom. I wanna know, can you show me? Trisha sings a lot, like randomly. I haven't watched many of her videos, but from what I've seen of her, she likes to sing. I don't know if singing likes her, but okay, that's a little mean. I'll stop. I'm going to be using the Tarot of the Heart deck today, and the Turtle deck that I always use, and the Dark Mirror. I'm going to try to just pull maybe like 2 or 3 from each. Probably 2, well, 2 from, I'm going to try to pull 2 from this one, 2 from the Turtle, and 3 from the Dark Mirror, as I always do. I don't know, I just feel like I don't want to have too many oracles today. I don't want to over-explain the message. Okay, 2 is what I wanted. That's 2 from that. 2 from the Turtle. I read the green upside down and right side up. I only read the Turtle right side up, so just this is how I shuffle. Oh! Okay, that one came out. Oh, I want that one. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna push these a little more forward because also there's fireworks going off outside, because even though it's not 4th of July anymore, they like to do that. And they also ride around in their cars, my neighbors, and they have really loud exhaust pipes that sound like gunshots. So I apologize if I have to keep some of that in and I can't edit it out. just ahead of time. Sorry, guys. Alright, the Dark Mirror Oracle. There's not many cards in the Dark Mirror Oracle. I think there's like 30. Well then. I did not do that. And it's Obsession. Oh no, I'm gonna flip the camera so you can see it from this angle. That's Obsession. That sounds like an appropriate card for Trisha. I also want to pull this one. I don't read these upside down either. Excuse me. Ooh. Does she have a sore throat or something? I feel like I'm getting my words like caught in my throat. I don't know what that's about. Do I want to pull 2 more of each? I think I do. I don't know why. I want the one on the top here. I'm just gonna push this here so I have room. There we go. Just one more. There we go. Okay. Just gonna make everything equal here. There we go. Time to flip everything over and pull my charms. Oh boy. Well, at least they're not the same 3 cards I was pulling, the oracles. Oh, that's not good. That is really not good. Oh boy. Well, let's get to that. Let me push this up a little more so that everything has more room to breathe. I'm trying so hard to get the right angle, but also not show my face because it's summer in New York and I sweat all my makeup off when I film. Oh, incoming noise. Since I have a mic now, I guess this is more ASMR. I'll turn this part down, but... Okay, and there's more fireworks. Love it. Alright, again, for people who are new to my channel, look at all these charms. There's gotta be like 1,000 in here. I'm gonna be randomly selecting and then just casting them wherever. So, that's good. Hey, none fell off the table today. Cool, cool. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is very much a time to... 10 of Swords. When it's over, it's over. There are some things in life that we never truly recover from or can never go back and change. They are done, final, and in many respects set in the stone of history's wheel. Really? They don't do it all day, but then when I record, they start setting off explosions. I hate my neighbors, guys. Okay, anyway. When it's over, it's over. There are some things in life that we never truly recover from or can never go back and change. They are done, final, and in many respects set in the stone of history's wheel. There is no way the merman who now finds himself face down in the snow is ever getting back up. The life he knew is over. The incarnation he was experiencing is done. He is now someone else's history. This is the way the world of living things is meant to be. It is part of its order. If things don't end and we do not pass into collective history, there will be no place for anything new. What was will never be again, and that is a wonderful divine thing. I also thought of, from Hamilton, the who lives, who dies, who tells your story. I just thought of that. And in this case, it's thinking that I need to make sure that people tell my story when I'm gone. Which is interesting for Trisha, because she kind of usually, doesn't she like go out of her way to make sure people will tell her story because she does these crazy, outlandish things. So it's strange that her feeling right now is worrying that people won't care about her. But I guess that does make sense though, because she spends a lot of time, I feel that she spends a lot of time being worried and paranoid that people will forget about her and that she'll be irrelevant, so she does like these crazy things to make sure that she stays relevant. That could be an insecurity. I mean, down here I already see obsession. Now we got the quarter. Again, money always shows up, really. I think, maybe not always, but it shows up a lot in these YouTuber readings. And then the number 6, I swear to God, I only have 1 6 and 1 9, and I always get one of them in a reading. when it comes to these YouTubers. I did like 4 clients, and I haven't had any of these charms pop up, but it's always, I don't know what it is, man. And we have the number 16 here, rebuild. This quote, it says, the creation of 1,000 forests is in 1 acorn. That quote was right there. That's what she like, she's like, I need to have as many acorns as possible. Planting an acorn being like posting a video or having a controversy. I feel like she lives off of controversies while other YouTubers fear having one. It's, This is a necklace, like it's an R necklace, and it's like tangled up in chains. I also just think of being tangled, like tangled up in something. I feel like the people she associates with, she like gets tangled up in their stuff because of her connections. We have the key to the heart. We had this in the updated Jeffrey reading, which is interesting. And then, I always say interesting, guys. I swear to God, I need to, like, erase that word from my vocabulary. And then we have the word amen, but it's, like, upside down. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you say amen at the end of a prayer. So it's, like, the fact, I guess she just doesn't want something to end. This kind of just relates to her not wanting to be forgotten by people or her audience. It's such a strange insecurity for someone who has so much money and has a lot of subscribers, and even when she doesn't have a controversy, people still watch her videos. It's so odd. Push to surface. What does this rock say? Doubt. Yeah, see? Jesus Christ. Doubt. Then we have this sailboat and a reindeer. So let me look at push to surface. Again, I'm sorry about the explosion, guys. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. Push to surface. I think, didn't she like post a video a couple of days ago where she said that she was feeling depressed? I mean, push to surface, and then there's a reindeer, and I mean, reindeers like the flying reindeers during Christmas. That's what that makes me think of. The sailboat is like just sailing away, wanting to leave, wanting to sail somewhere else, and it's like on the ocean. Doubt. I already kind of went through that. And then rebuild. It's like she wants to not rebuild her channel, but she's like constantly rebuilding her channel, actually, when I think about it. Constantly rebuilding it. Because she lives off of controversies. It's how she stays relevant. Alright. Let me look at this, because this is the key to the heart, and it's on the Emperor going this way, and maybe it looks like this is contributing to stabbing her. I did say that Shane, I think it was a couple readings ago, that Shane was the King of Cups, but in this case, he may be the Emperor, because this is the current situation, these 3 cards. And this says, on his card, this says, love, dream, hope, trust, all over and over and over. And it's encircling him, like this card. And this rock says a sunset. Ooh, that's not good. I mean, it might be good for her. I mean, not good for their friendship, potentially. Like the sun setting on a friendship or a connection. This could be backstabbing, because this person is representing Trisha. And this ghost of this person is like the memory of what was. And she's like stabbed in the back. It's masculine energy, but she has very masculine energy. But being stabbed in the back, and then this looks like a betrayal, right? Like, I know it's a key to the heart, but it really just looks like it's aimed at her to add to the swords that are stabbing her in the back. And then rebuild means like walking away from who stabbed you, I guess. I'm gonna look up the Emperor. I think that is gonna represent Shane, because this is about dramageddon, and guarantee you she cares more about Shane than Jeffrey. The Emperor is like the father figure, so maybe she feels like Shane's like a father figure to her. Who knows? There are things that only you and you alone can do. These are important things, and they need all your focus and concentration. You are building something sustainable in your life. Some of the pieces are for you to attend to, and some are not. In order to make sure you have a solid foundation in which to grow and expand your own personal empire, you must take the pieces that are your personal responsibility and attend to them. Make sure each step of the way you ground your power and sharpen your empire building skills. I feel like Shane kind of taught Trisha how to be a YouTuber. I mean, that's what I got from that. And now he's not supporting her or trying to distance himself from her. because there's been a lot of things coming out, I think, where Shane's kind of been not dismissing her, but people have been saying that Shane talks crap about her to people. Who said that? I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it was Cam. I don't know. But someone else came forward. I think his name, it was Kadir, I think, and he used to work with Shane and, what was her name? That whole thing that went down, I listened to what Kadir said, and I believe him, by the way, just personal opinion, personal vibe. I do believe him. I feel like when he said about Shane talking crap about his friends, and making you feel like you're best friends when it's one-on-one with him, and then he just immediately talks crap about you the second he's with other people. I think that's something that Shane would do a lot, and I think it's something he still does. So the sacral chakra is like, it's your reproductive organs, the womb, and the fact that it's in reverse tells me her sacral chakra is blocked, which is weird because she does like an OnlyFans, and I know she's been doing some like really sexual stuff on Twitter and stuff like that. Like, you'd think since she's so sexually active and has partners and is, you know, expressing herself sexually, like, you'd think that her sacral chakra would be open and being, you know, active, but it's not. And then this is like a lotus flower, represents like the crown chakra, or just enlightenment, being at peace, being zen, and it's upside down, which means like she's completely lost her center, she's feeling very stressed out, very depressed. This is Earth, she's a Taurus, so that's like her Earth energy, and it's also upside down. There's no groundedness with her, and then the word you. So this is just letting people know, like, this is Trisha's current problem that's contributed to everything, and everything's contributed to that. It's like very intermingled. I mean, I feel like she never really betrayed Shane. Didn't she betray like everyone that she's been involved with except Shane? I don't know a lot about her, but I think like the David Dobrik in his group, right? And she dated someone in his group, and she always talks crap about them. Every person that's not cool with her anymore, like Nick Avocado, although we know what happened to them, so she was kind of on point with that dude. She kind of leaves, or not leaves, but she makes drama with people she doesn't like. So, and I don't think there was ever a time without Shane, and she's been standing up for Shane. She's like the only one that's been standing up for Shane. But it doesn't seem like Shane appreciates it. I wonder why. I mean, like, that's pretty messed up if you think about it, in my opinion. She's going at bat for him. Didn't her video on the guy that made the allegations that there was an investigation about Shane Sanders, she like talked about that, and that kind of blew up a little, and then that helped Shane's case, and now I think Shane's suing him. So like, I don't understand why he would be jabbing her in the back too, if she feels like this. The number 6, or whatever this is, an A. I know it's supposed to be a 9 or a 6, but it fell in the placement of an A. I don't know. And this is the 4 of Wands in reverse. That's like my significant other and I chilling in a house, or we made a dream for ourselves, and we're like thriving. And in reverse, it's like that's been dismantled, or I can't attain that, I can't get to that point. Why are you not allowing yourself to take a break? By rushing now, you could very well ruin the strong structure you have built. Pushing and scheming with the fiery energy of the wands won't bring your dreams and goals to you any faster. If anything, it will delay them. So she's like, isn't she like putting a video out every day? She's doing a lot of stuff. She's doing TikTok, she's doing OnlyFans, she's doing mukbangs. I wonder if that's like a coping mechanism for everything going on with Shane and everything, that maybe there's like unresolved issues there. What's this rock say? Envy. Envious of the attention he's getting, or no, I don't think so actually. I think the envy is like envy for people that are relevant right now. No one's paying attention to me. That's what I feel like. Like, I want to make sure I'm not irrelevant. She is so afraid of being irrelevant. More than any other YouTuber I've read so far. And then this is like a deck of cards, but it's like blank. So this could be, and it's like face down or away. So she's not showing her hand. And the broom is like sweeping up the chaos around her, how she acts. So she's like, no, I'm fine, you know? Like, she said that she was depressed and admitted that. I think one of the lives where she talked about Shane, she came across where like she may have been, you know, under the influence or just having a really hard time with her life and her stress. It's like, I can't show them my hand. I can't tell them what I'm doing it for. And then the broom is like, I have to clean it up so no one sees the mess that's here. I have to clean my house before I invite anyone over. Just not literally, but metaphorically. You don't see what's behind the camera, and she makes sure of it. That's the vibe I'm getting. But this is not doing her any favors. Rushing and making video. It's not good. It's not good. And then focus is like off. Like her focus is somewhere else. It's not, she's just putting out content. I don't know, I feel like she's very meticulous and it seems like she's all over the place and does things for the hell of it. But I don't think that's how she usually is. I think that she's very strategic about the controversy she gets in so that she can get the most attention possible out of it. So there's a little cat here, let me see. So the sun in reverse, oof. Wow, and she pulled out all the quotes that I have, I think. I'm not sure, but sun in reverse, that's literally, so if I pulled a sun, it might be like yes, like the answer yes to a question. If it's in reverse, it's like no. It's also pessimism or the opposite of optimism. That's how I perceive the sun in reverse. So she's just, I mean, she said to herself she was depressed. And then a sunset. It's like she doesn't know when she's gonna see the sun again. She's very, I think she learned a lot of things in the last few months, and it just kind of rocked her world in a horrible way. There's a heaviness. And I mean, I don't, Trisha brings things on herself, and she's very controversial, and I'm not really, I don't subscribe to her, I don't follow her, I'm not a fan of her content, but as a person, she seems very complicated and layered. I think there's a sadness that she's hiding, and she said it openly like 2 days ago. She said she's depressed, and I don't think that's for clout. I don't think that's for attention. I think she is. I think she really is. Speak to make yourself happy, don't speak to impress others, and it was upside down. So like she's only putting out videos to make her followers happy and to make people think she's okay. If you truly love nature, you'll find beauty everywhere in reverse. Like, yeah, she's just really depressed. I don't know how else to put it. There's this bird flying away, and there's this bunny. It's like a Playboy bunny. I think it takes a lot of confidence and a lot of like, I don't know, I could never do an OnlyFans. Like you can't have any like insecurities. You have to be super confident in your body and in your, like the way you hold yourself and not fear scrutiny. And that's kind of what you'd think she is, but the bunny was like upside down. There was some kind of, it's not that I don't think she wants to do OnlyFans. She's just doing things. She's like going through the motions and not being present. I feel like she's dissociating from her actions. She's doing what she knows how to do, which is make content, but it's not like she needs to. It's not like she's going broke. She doesn't need money to the extent that she's working to get it. It's almost like trying to do that to find meaning for herself. I know we joke about, Jeffree Star being like, I was in a dark place. I don't think he is. I think Trisha is genuinely in a dark place. I'm kind of worried now. And I don't even like her. Like, I'm just worried. This is like a Cinderella, the pumpkin carriage, living in a fantasy or convincing herself that I'm okay, so if I tell myself I'm okay enough, I'll be okay. The unicorn, right? Is that a unicorn? Oh no, that's not the unicorn. I mixed it up. It's like a baby bear with a mama bear, or a koala. The baby on the koala's back. It's kind of childish. The cat, like the fancy cat with the ribbon around the neck, putting on a show. The letter Q. If you guys see any of these charms and you know something I don't about Trisha and it jumps out to you, please put it in the comments. So the sun in reverse. Just as the sun can give life, it can also take it away. Climate change has shown the devastating effects of the sun on bleached and dying coral reefs all over the world. What were once thriving and spawning areas now lay barren like underwater ghost towns. We're reminded that the sun is a power we don't have control over. When it's done providing life-giving support, you'll know it. It will start to burn through all it has created in search of something more worthy of its time and immense energy. Let this be a warning to not linger too long in the heat of this card. Use it for what you need. Respect and honor its creation and power. Then release it before it turns on you and burns everything you love to cinders. So, okay. So it's like she's had her time in the limelight more than enough for one person. And she's just not satisfied because that gives her, that makes her feel like she has purpose. She's staying in the spotlight too long to the point where it's burning her and she thinks she needs it. I don't know how else to describe. Like, I'm thinking of someone that goes to a tanning salon and gets burnt and gets too well done. The limelight is not something she needs right now. She's had her time, and this is time where she's supposed to find herself and relax, and she's not doing it. She's not retiring. It's like that. Connect to source. Go within to discover what needs to be done. Create the shift required to attract what you want, and she's not doing that. She thinks that her source is the attention on YouTube. I feel like that's not what she needs anymore. I doubt she'd agree. I think it's like clinging to something you know because it used to satisfy you, but it's not doing it for you anymore, but you don't know what else to do and you don't want to feel like hopeless. So you just keep doing what used to feel good, hoping one day it'll feel as good as it did. Damn, that was dark. I thought this was gonna like explain about like Jeffrey and the situation she's in and all that, but this is the current situation. I think her opinions on Shane potentially have changed. He's not who she thought he was. I think a lot of people that were close to Shane are feeling like that, and it's like a sad realization. Again, Trisha's done really controversial things, but it all stems in insecurity. That's not an excuse, by the way. It's not normal for someone to be this obsession with clout, to the point where you're like, I need it or I can't be happy. And even when she's getting it, it's not making her happy, and she does not know how to react to that. And this is these three cards are the most likely outcome. That can change, but this is the most likely outcome for Trisha and her situation. So looking at the underbelly, be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. See, you might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps a project you're working on could use some fine-tuning. Yeah, she's all over the place. That's what I was trying to say. That was the energy. She's all over the place. And she's not passionate about anything she's putting out right now. She's just putting on a face like she is, but she's not. Okay, this is a French horn. This came up in another reading. Blowing the horn. What did someone made a comment that was really good about the horn. Commented again, because I don't remember, but I did get this in a similar reading. I don't think it was the Rich Lux one, but it might have been. I feel like French horns are just horns make a lot of noise. Oh god. This is inappropriate, but I have to say what comes in my mind, right? Oh god, even that's inappropriate in this context. Horny? this is an aspect of just saying, that's an aspect. Wanting loneliness, wanting someone there for that, like something real. I feel like the whole thing with Ethan's, what was it, Hila Klein's brother. I think there was a part of her that really wanted something with him. Then we have the sewing machine, which is creation, and it's saying to organize yourself or perhaps a project. Like, she needs to organize her content. She's just like content, just throwing it out, creating content. But she's not organizing the content. She's not putting passion into it. She's not tuning the content. She's not really editing the content. She doesn't care about what she's doing. The zero. That's kind of what makes her feel like nothing valuable is being created or exchanged or given. There's a Ferris wheel here, but it's like toppled over. This is the Judgment card. And this is a sunflower, I believe. This is like optimism. This is literally the charm I get that means the sun right side up. So this is kind of hopeful. Judgment, a wreath. So maybe something in the winter time. And then imagine with the letter H. How do you work with the energy of judgment? Are you free and easy with how you dish it out, in turn allowing others to do the same when it comes to judging you? Or are you forgiving, compassionate, and understanding, exactly how you would want others to be if you found yourself on the other side of a judgment-filled glare? Judgment is a mindset more than anything. It is a standard we have set for how we decided what actions are good and what actions are bad. In turn, judgment leads us to decide how actions should should not be punished. Everything seems fine until you fall prey to your own rules. That's relevant. Think carefully about how you deal with judgment today. Maybe in this instance you can be the shaman and help release someone else from their burden of guilt and shame. Maybe that's what she wants to do for Shane, or tried to do for Shane, but it seems like in the future this is what she wants, or what she's going to try and do. This H is connecting Shane to this card. I think I'm going to read down here too before I go to all of these pertaining to this. Then we have an Aries. I'm not sure who the Aries would be referencing because I don't think Trisha has any Aries in her chart. At least I didn't see. It says courageous. There's these wings down here too. These displaced wings. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, they're upside down too. Angel wings trying to fly away and can't. Maybe the bird. Obsession. As if you guys can like see that card. So this is denial. There is nothing else that can replace my focus. Again, she's obsessed with this idea of being relevant and making content, but she doesn't. All things led to one, and then they disappear into one until only that one remains. We chase comets and mirrors and shadows. Sometimes we actually chase cars or myths. Obsession is a trick of our perception. Many become one, and that one bloats as to take everything else. It feels like it, whatever it is, an idea, a person, an objective, flavors our life and gives meaning to it. As all the light through a lens, it converges on a single point, and that point goes ablaze under the greatest fire. But in truth, more than enacting our life, it numbs our attention to the rest. It makes us feel more awake by hiding the rest of the world under a cloud of slumber. Obsession is a drug. In small doses it whips, in big doses it kills. If we drown inside an obsession, we should close our eyes. We don't die in the darkness, we just fall asleep, and then we can wake up more naturally. She's obsessed with the judgment of others. She's obsessed with the idea of being relevant and being debated about. She wants her name in people's mouths. She's obsessed with that. That's where she determines her self-worth, because she's in denial about how she feels about herself. I mean, the Ferris wheel, I need to be there when the wheel's turning. I want to be a part of it. I want to be on the ride. I don't want to be left behind. That's why the optimism is here. Because it used to be. But this is something that she's gonna keep trying to do. Being relevant. The wreath. Oh, it's a face down wreath. So it's like a wreath or all the flowers died. It's so sad. The Fool in reverse. Well, the Fool is knowing that you're going into something within a naive kind of way. And in reverse, it's like, I'm not going to be a fool anymore. This is Virgo. Like, let me be realistic. And then there's a Y. Could be yes. It can be hard to leave the comfort of what you know to venture out into mysterious and dangerous places, even if you really want to. It is much easier to make excuses as to why you should never take a risk than to take it. Yet try as you might, the thrill of this risk, this new and strange experience, simply does not want to leave you alone. The pull and allure might just win out in the end. It's much easier to make excuses as to why you should never take a risk. It's a risk to do anything different. And like, that's been her life. What do you do when you achieve a form of your dreams and you're not having fun anymore? Do you just come up with she doesn't know how to come up with new dreams. It's like practical. It's like, I mean, she's alone. She has no one at her side. There's someone for everyone, but I think she's starting to give up in that idea. She's like, that's not realistic. I'm not living in the Cinderella's ball anymore. The card pertaining to this is Parasite. And there's a teapot toppled over or tipped over, which is like spilling tea. Depression. That's part of this. I mean, it's literally in the stage of depression. When the only answer to lack of self-efficiency is to cling to another one. That's what I said. It's pretty much exactly what I said. What can't survive alone will seek company, but instead of growing together, they will wither together. So she attaches to people, and they use each other. That's kind of what happened with Hila's brother and her, with, what's his name? Moses, I think? And she feels like that's a pattern. Maybe that's how she felt like when she made friends. I don't know if you can see my friends with Jeffrey, friends with Shane. Maybe she's starting to reconsider her entire relationship with Shane, or like her friendship. Like maybe she's like, wow, did we just use each other for clout? Because maybe I want an actual friendship. Maybe Shane was like one of the last people that she was like, he's consistent in my life. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, that could have just been fake. Relationships are not a zero-sum game. Of course, oh my gosh. Guys, I didn't even read that part. And I was just saying she feels like she's being used and using someone, and that's all she has in a relationship. Man. Of course, using each other is part of the game, but it's quite different when use takes the shape of supporting rather than manipulating or exploiting. In the long run, a good relationship is a win-win, where the more I give, the more I get, and the other way around. Still, it's not always like this, isn't it? Not just in bad relationships. In the short run, bad is bound to happen even in the house of true love. We cling, we bite, we hunger for safety, freedom, and support, and on the other side, we get mangled, bitten, demanded on. Well, it happened, and will happen again. It's a part of the game, but if it happens too often, it creates a toxic environment. It doesn't matter if we are the victim or the perpetrator, a poison is shared equally. One gets the pain, another one gets the advantage, but the toxic part, they both get. Fully. A parasite, a leech, kills itself as much as it kills the host. It sacrifices the journey to the destination, and then the destination to its own failures. The problem is not living as sheeps, but the true problem is living as a sheep for 100 years. So she's finally self-aware of this. Maybe Moses was the last straw, I don't know. Guys, this is so sad. Like, her energy is just so depleted and sad, and it's like, what am I even doing with my life? Like, that's how it feels. I'm just gonna get to the end of this. Sorry this reading is so sad. I didn't expect Trisha's reading to be this sad. I thought it would be more angry. The Hanged Man in reverse. And there's the charm Warning here. There's a penny, which is like penny pinching, I think of, or it's heads up, so maybe lucky penny. There's a frog on its back, so not leaping to conclusions, maybe. And then this is a text message, but it's face down, so ignoring a message, maybe. You may have had your hand off the wheel of your life for a little too long. Things sorted themselves out ages ago, but you forgot to get down from your hook and rejoin your life. It's time to get your head back in the game, dear one, as the universe has served you up some goodies. Now you have to take those goodies and do something with them. Yeah, I mean, like, her YouTube career has already given her resources, given her a platform, given her money, given her things that she can utilize to go to the next step of what she wants, like flow, see? Flow. And then there's a music note. This could just represent creativity, feeling like you're creating something of value. She's just letting things stay out of control and doing the habits she's built for herself, and the warning is to just, like, stop ignoring the messages she's receiving, to move on to something else. She's at this point in her life where she can transition into a different avenue or a different form of energy, but she's just choosing not to because she doesn't want to. But she's not happy where she is, and she knows that. Fragmentation, that has to do with this. Anger, yeah. So this is an anger fueled. When rage is projected inward, yep, destruction joins confusion and we break. She's lost her sense of self because what she did that she was confident that made her feel like I am who I am, it's lost joy. There's no joy in it anymore. She's bored. It's stagnant. She has to do something different, and she's... this is so sad. Losing a sense of self is a crescendo of noise, a decrescendo of pain, and a prelude to nothingness. If I were to cut off my legs, would I still be me? If I were to carve out my heart, would I still be me? If my flesh would turn to stone, if my lungs were emptied of air, if my dream to fly were to be forced in chains and hanged out like an expired balloon, would I still be me? I fought and lost, broken beyond recognition, not by the shallow sight of bystanders who can pity, but who can't understand. I cannot even recognize myself through the sobs, through the tears, and when silence finally comes, through the empty motions and the conventional smiles. Who did this to me? I did, maybe. Maybe not. What is broken can be mended. Not so that it returns whole, but at least until it tells its name anew, my name. And who will do that to me? I will. So at least there's some realization there. Man, I wish her the best. I guess this really has nothing to do with dramageddon to some extent. But I think what happened to Shane, and that this kind of set up a chain of realizations for her. This could be good. This could be something that needed to happen for her. Sometimes it's painful to realize what you need to do next, but at least it's realized. It's better than to just keep doing nothing and feeling nothing for it. I really do wish her the best. But that's her reading. If you guys think I missed anything in the cards, or you guys felt something when you were hearing my reading on her, please put that in the comments. This is what she's currently dealing with, and I really do wish her the best. I think that maybe there's some retribution to be had, or some kind of, apology to be made that's actually sincere and not just waiting for the next clout, I think that she's kind of realized that there's no feeling for that. There's no good feeling that comes with that anymore. We'll see. If you guys like this reading, please subscribe, hit the like button, follow me on Twitter. The link to that is in my description. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, first reading is $15. After that, it's $30 for any other readings that you have with me. I also have my website linked, and that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!